Good morning. I'm joined by Peter Lynch, who's an analyst at Edison on our oils team, and he's going to discuss Sound Oil with us. Peter, good morning.
Morning to you.
Could you start by telling us a bit about the strategy of the company?
Sound, as you may know, is 100% onshore, 100% gas, 100% Italy. In terms of that strategy, we see them as building a stable cash flow from the progression of small-scale assets, again, gas in Italy, over the next 2 to 3 years, that enables the company to progress and take an interest in large-scale exploration prospects over that period.
What are the benefits of operating in Italy as opposed to anywhere else?
Italy is a mature hydrocarbon province. As such, it demonstrates a stable fiscal tax regime. Companies can feel confident about investing there. Secondly, the country is covered by an extensive pipeline gas network. What does that mean in reality? That any commercial gas discoveries are quickly attached to market. But lastly, and most importantly in terms of Sound, the company, as I said, is 100% gas, and Italy offers a higher gas price than the rest of Europe. And this is due to two main reasons. Firstly, the position of the country on the extremities of Europe, but also the lack of domestic supply.
I see. And how did they come to their current position? What's the history of the company?
Well, the company as it stands today has 18 oil and gas licenses, again, across Italy, as I said. Now, we think they acquired those from an astute acquisition that included some historic gas discoveries made by Eni in the 70s and 80s. And just to take you back, gas onshore Italy at that time was not economic. Oil prices were low, and by correlation, gas prices were low also. So those assets were bypassed by Eni, and to the benefit of Sound, who are now developing and progressing those through to production.
And what's the shape of the portfolio today?
Well, we see the portfolio as the beginnings of a balanced upstream set of assets. They've got 2 assets in production, actually producing and selling gas today. That's Cassitaberi and Rapagnano. 3 assets requiring further appraisal. That's required to drill more wells to determine the ultimate size of the asset and hence values of the company. And then 2 large-scale exploration prospects, Badile and Zebido.
And what's been achieved in the last 12 months?
Well, it's been a big year for Sound over the last 12 months. They've refinanced the company, brought in a cornerstone investor in Continental Investment Partners. They financed the company £14 million of debt and equity, really changed the face of the group and obviously underwritten their activities in progressing those assets over the next 2 to 3 years. In terms of operationally, they have progressed 2 fields to production. That's through development and then on stream. That's Cassitaberi and Rapagnano. But also, they progressed permitting at their 5 key exploration and appraisal wells to be drilled over the next 2 years. And that's not by happenstance. They've got the right guys in place in Italy. I've been out there and met the operational team. It's Luca Medeido in charge and Leonardo Spicci. Those guys are ex-long-term Eni employees, certainly know how to get things done and get permitting progressed within Italy.
What should we be looking for over the next 12 months?
Operationally, we've got 5 key wells to watch, both exploration and appraisal. Near term, Nervesa is to drill towards the end of this year. That's an appraisal well, maybe early next year. In terms of the other wells, we see the big catalysts as funding those wells. The company carries a high working interest in those wells, in those assets, 100%. We expect them to farm that interest down in exchange for a carry in those development wells. So negotiations we know are ongoing at Badile and Laura, and we expect some kind of announcement on that towards the end of this year or early next year.
So how will the 5 key wells impact valuation?
Well, we see the shares as worth around 13 pence today. That's versus the current share price of 10p. Within that, we've got cash on the balance sheet and the valuation for the 2 producing assets, Cassitaberi and Rapagnano. Then, if we get success at the 2 appraisal wells, Nervesa and Santa Maria Goretti, we can see the shares worth around 18p. Not a huge uplift, but those are low-risk wells on existing discoveries. Beyond that, and why people are interested in Sound, though, is the blue sky, the high-risk exploration. So Badile, Zebido, and the prospect to appraise Laura could be worth up to 75 pence on the shares. The prospect and the well to watch really is Badile. As we said, we see farm out negotiations going on this year. We expect an announcement Maybe this year, maybe early next year, but that could be worth 40 pence on the shares on a success case on its own.
Peter, very interesting. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Julian.
And if you'd like any more information on Sound Oil, please visit the Edison website.